There's this thing I've noticed with some people, and even I myself, whereby in my early 20s or in our early 20s, we begin to think that we need to be in a romantic relationship. Like we have to, as though it's a necessity, as though, like, God stamped it somewhere and was like, once you're in your early 20s or once you are, in your 20s, you should be in a romantic relationship. And it's not so. It's really not so. Hello everyone, it's a girl Yesha IK. Welcome back to another video. If you're seeing me here for the first time, hi, my name is Yesha. If you're not seeing me here for the first time, welcome back. Look, if you're in your 20s, most especially if you are in your early 20s, you don't need to be in a romantic relationship. This may be contradictory to some other people or their experiences, but I don't care because there is something about being single and the benefits of being single as a lady, especially in your early 20s, that I personally think haven't or hasn't been spoken loud enough. And yeah, I know that some people may say this is just another single person trying to make more people single, but honestly, that's not the seat I'm sitting on. I love love, and I personally wish that one day I could or I would meet someone that will actually love me as much as Christ loves the church, and I will also love him back that way. So that's not the seat I'm sitting on at all. But here are a few things I would like to say or I want to say as regards some people's desperation as to wanting to be in a romantic relationship, as though like is a must. Like if they don't do it, they're gonna die. You know that thing that some people say that the more you try to make something happen or make something manifest and things don't work out, is literally the Lord trying to tell you that, yo, this is not the time for this thing. Like just leave it alone and move on to do like other things because it's not the time for this thing. Because I've heard so many stories of how, okay, you try this one and it did not work. And even personally, you try this one and it did not work. You try this one and it did not go as how you wanted it to go. And then you now start thinking as though something is wrong with you. No, nothing is wrong with you. It's just not time. That's literally what God is trying to communicate with you because his hand is not in it. So why in the world do you think that is going to bloom or move forward or be what it should be? Because for some of us, the only reason why we want to be in a romantic relationship or that desperation is there to be in a romantic relationship is because we are surrounded by people that are in romantic relationship. Most of our friends are dating, and then you now feel like, oh, I have to have my own man because XYZ that my friends have their own man, and you are now in that phase whereby you don't want to feel left out. That is why you now have that desperation of I want my own. When it most likely may not be your timing for you to be in a romantic relationship, and then you will not get yourself involved in a relationship that you were not meant to get involved in, and then you now start carrying scars and baggage. And when you now finally meet the person that God has destined you to be with, it's either things don't work out and you end up at the end of the day you end up with someone that is really not what God's will was for you or is for you, or you just end up going out and saying that men are trash, like some other ladies are already doing. And then some of you or some of us, this one I will not say us because I'm not in this category, to be honest. Some of you, your own reason why you're desperate to be in a romantic relationship is just too much Romeo and Juliet. You watch too much romantic movies, and there's nothing wrong with watching romantic movies, but there's everything wrong with some romantic movies today. There's everything wrong, and the thing is that the more you keep on watching these movies, and for us ladies, we fantasize a lot. When I start fantasizing our favorite scenes, hoping that it's going to be a reality and stuff like that. We'll be daydreaming as though we don't have things to do that day, and you are literally just you're literally just wasting your time. And like I said, there's nothing wrong in loving love or wanting to have your own partner someday, but the question is it time? That's actually the good question. Is it time? Because you guys are on the internet, except you are under a rock. You have heard countless of stories of this one takes they took it took them literally a decade before they got married, and then they started having issues, or this one dated for 7 years, or this one dated for 8 years. And when I hear all these things, I'm like, that's literally someone's wedding anniversary. That's, 7 years is the worst, is even the one of a decade. When I heard what happened to this high school musical actress, Vanessa Z Hodgins, if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, and one guy that she was dating literally a decade. And then when she broke up with him, she started dating another guy, and it literally took them how many months for him to get her engaged and then married her. I'm like, guys, do you know what she would have achieved in that decade if she wasn't with that guy? I mean, she has achieved quite some things, but like, guys, guys, like some of you, you are running away from you. You literally can't afford to be alone. You literally cannot afford to be alone. Like once you're done with this relationship and it does not work out, you are on to the next one. And I'm like, do you really hate your company that much? Like, do you really, really hate your company that much? And even when I was talking to a friend, and she was like, she has met some people that they say that they can't be left with their thoughts alone. What do they think? Like, what are you thinking about that you cannot be left with your thoughts alone? Like, I honestly cannot relate, but like, nah, 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 nah. And the few, like, benefits of being single are, are actually like, number one, like the ability for you to prioritize personal growth and self-discovery. Because like a good amount of us, we need, especially in your early 20s, when that's the time where you're literally discovering yourself, like as an adult, like what your values are, your career ambition, your, what's the word, your triggers, people, like some people may say, like you're that's when you're literally getting to discover who you are as a person. And you need that space and the time to actually really discover yourself before you get involved in someone. That space to build your character, build emotional intelligence, prioritize personal growth, a lot of things, because relationship are not for kids. That's one thing that most people don't really like to talk about. And that's why I personally don't like watch romance movies. When I'm talking with my friends, whether it's the males or the females, they think that I'm joking, but I'm actually being very, very serious. Like most movies that I like to watch are action movies. And it's not as though I hate romance movies, just that I hate that thing of where they they just glamorize everything and make everything look very sweet and whatever. Hardly do they. It's not real life, guys. A movie is not real life. Relationship, you really have to put in the work. Like even regular friendship, you have to put in a lot of work for it to actually work and last. All those things of accountability and everything. Yo. So your early 20s, one thing that's it's like being single is that space where you can prioritize personal growth, building your character, getting to know yourself, getting to know you, really getting to know you is very, very important. And another thing, even as regards to this whole self-discovery and other things, is that all those things where like the freedom to take certain risk, like moving to a new city for maybe a new job opportunity or a scholarship. Because one time I was on the internet and it was a podcast, and a girl sent something where she was like, she got a scholarship to the UK, but then she did not go because of her boyfriend that she has in Nigeria. And I don't know whether it was the boyfriend that said she should not go, that how can she leave him, or whether it was her that was thinking about her relationship in Nigeria, that that she doesn't want to leave him. And I'm not an insultive person, but you know, Chris, what, like, I was just when I was like, that is absolute BS. Like you do you know how many people are trying to get scholarships in the UK, and you got one, and then you said you're not going because of your boyfriend I have in Nigeria? I mean, there's nothing wrong in loving him so much, but like, please. And this is not even the only thing. I've heard so many wonderful stories. And I'm just like, this is not how it's meant to be. Because I always hear things that, oh, if it's the male, they would actually leave and go for that opportunity. And I don't know, like the amount of people that I see them sharing their is it trajectory on the internet of, some an opportunity came or this happened, and then the husband or the boyfriend just traveled, is actually a lot. Is really a lot. So it's like if he was the guy, he would definitely take the opportunity. But you, in the name of love, you said no. It's not my business. And then another like benefits that being single actually helps you, especially as a lady, is the the time and the space or the opportunity for you to actually build deep, long lasting friendships. Because in as much as, like I said, there are definitely people that are what do you call it? Should I say doing otherwise, or their lives are contradictory to these things. There are a good amount of people that they are in good relationships, romantic relationships, and they still maintain um their good friendships with their friends. But um on a scale of 1 to 10, right? Or should I say, in a situation of 9 times out of 10, most people that enter into romantic relationships, they always neglect their platonic relationships. And it's really sad because when breakup happens, right? They don't have any shoulder to lean on. That's why they wanna end up immediately jumping to another relationship, and they have not even healed. They'll carry the baggage that was with them in that relationship and move into the other relationship, and it just keep on going on and on and on. No space to heal, no space to think, no nothing, no shoulder, because they don't have any shoulders to lean on. So they don't want to go and lean on another person's shoulder and then cause more problems, or not necessarily cause more problems, but if maybe problem was landed on top of them, the cycle just keeps on going over and over and over again. But when, especially for ladies, this is very, very important, because female friendships is one thing that has really, it was like, let's say it was like this before, or I know I'm trying to look at the camera and look at myself, to make sure I'm in the frame and make sure that my hand is also in the frame. But let's say female friendship were like goes like this, it has reduced to like this, how it used to be. Because most female friendships now are is not really what it's meant to be. There's always jealousy or this or that, or it's just crazy. It's crazy. And then even for male friendships self, the real ones, most they do way much better than us, to be honest. In as much as I know there's that spectrum of those that don't really think of checking up on their fellow guys and stuff like that, like, and then that one concern them, sha. Me, I'm talking about us ladies. That one's their business. But yeah, that space for you to actually like build good, deep, long lasting friendship is very, very important. Because you guys, you can even comment in the comment section. It's true, most people that are in romantic relationship, a good amount of them, they neglect their friendships. They neglect their platonic relationship, and they don't even give as much grace that they give to their partner in their romantic relationships to their friends when, let's say, they fall out of line or fall out of or act out of character at certain times. They don't want to even listen. They don't give their friends that amount of grace that they will give to the guy, listen to him and try to make things work. She will just cut you off. That is the sad thing. She will cut you off. And I said, I'm never going to be your friend again. I'm not wishing anybody bad though. But when you break up, when you have your boyfriend break up with you, or you people break up with each other, which shoulder will you not lean on, since they have cut everybody off? I know there's the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit will always be there. But some of you that you have not yet received Holy Spirit, you don't even believe that there's a Holy Spirit. What are you going to do? Huh? So the bottom line of everything is that, baby girl, you need to focus on you, honestly speaking. Especially if you're in your early 20s. If you're in your early 20s, focus on you. Build as much as you can build. Take as much risk as you can take. I'm telling you, the males, they do this. They do this thing. Especially their early 20s, they do it. A good amount of them. Yeah, there's some that are in relationship. I'm telling you, a good amount of them in the early 20s, that's what they do. They take as much risk as possible, opportunities, they grab them as much as possible. They are focused and they're getting that back. And we should do the same thing too. We should really do the same thing too, because it's for our own good. And in a world whereby is always inflation upon inflation, and the economic status of nations are very unstable, very uncertain, please, some things have to switch up. Some things honestly have to switch up. And like I said, there's nothing wrong in loving love. There's nothing wrong in wishing or wanting to be in a romantic relationship. But like I said, is it the right time? Because if it's not the right time, and sometimes you can even, and that is the funny thing, sometimes you can even feel it from within that this, I shouldn't be in this thing right now. I don't think this is time for me to do this thing right now. Then just get out of it. Just get out of it and just focus. Really. And one tip I would like to give you guys, and even something that I'm personally applying in my own life currently, is that surround yourself with friends, female friends that are single and very ambitious. Like they are also getting certain things done in their life. They have their own goals and they are running towards it, they're working towards it. Surround yourself with those kind of people, because like I said in the beginning of the video, one of the reasons why some of you or some of us we want to be in a romantic relationship, because we are surrounded by people that are in romantic relationships, so we now have that desire or that urge of, oh, I want my own, as though is a necessity at this point of our lives, when most likely is not. Like, honestly speaking, most likely is not. So surround yourself with female friends that are single and ambitious single friends that are killing it in their own space, in their career space, or maybe in school. If you're currently in school, they are focused on doing the Lord's work, like they are on fire. Surround yourself with those kind of people, because you what do you call it, iron sharpeneth iron. So whoever you're surrounded by would definitely influence you. And bad communication always corrupts good character. So there's always this thing of yeah, the good ones will also, they can also influence, the other side. But like I said, iron sharpeneth iron. So surround yourself with the type of people that will help to keep you on course, hold you accountable when you need to be held accountable. So yeah, that's really it for this video. And if you have gotten to this point in the video, please do like, subscribe for more videos. um I know I would have posted some videos a week ago, but I was writing exams, so sorry for that. So yes, 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 thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.